Alright, what is going on, guys? It's S.Gamer, and in this video we are going to be doing another episode of NFL Head Coach '09, the All Unwanted Challenge. So in this video we're going to be doing the 2010 offseason and getting ready for the 2010 NFL Draft. So real quick, I'm going to go over the team that we have in place. So we've got Dane Morrow, our Rookie of the Year, MVP quarterback, and his backup Jake Scott. We may look to add a third quarterback for that rotation, but we'll kind of see how that goes. At running back, we have LaRon James, who did pretty solid his rookie season. At an 89 overall, he's going to be one of the best young backs in the league. We've got 87 overall Casey Barone at fullback. At receiver, we've got Jamarian Bellows. We've got Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, who we picked up, who got cut before the Super Bowl. We've got Jericho Cotchery, Robert Montgomery, Kevin Curtis, and Brandon Stokely. So we'll kind of deal with that rotation. We'll kind of get rid of some of those guys to make some room for some fresh faces. Then at tight end, we picked up Jeremy Shockey, who is going to compete with second year LJ Evans. We may bring in another tight end later down the road, but we'll kind of see how that goes. At the offensive line, we've got Javon Jackson. We don't have a left guard right now, so we'll have to work on that. Ryan Khalil. We signed Jari Evans, who got cut by the Saints, and he will compete with Max Tucker. One of them may end up moving to left guard as well, because they both are very solid. And then at right tackle, we have Kareem McKenzie and Shane Olivea, who've been holding it down since we started this challenge. They've been at right tackle for 2 seasons. Then we've got Darius Ambrose, and then we signed Jason Taylor. At end, we also have Victor Abiamiri and Jay Richardson, who are currently backups. Then we've got Patrick Lopez and Kelly Gregg at defensive tackle. We've got Jarrett Johnson and Steven Nicholas at left outside linebacker. We've got Edgar Newton in the middle, and we've got Thurman Wilson on the right side. So the linebackers may need a little bit of upgrading. I mean, I'm fine with Newton being kind of a backup in the middle, and this guy being a backup, but we need some starting linebackers. At corner, we've got Patrick Surtain, we've got Jock Reeves, and we've got Jack Rowe, who have been on the team for at least the past season. And then we signed Eddie Jackson, who may end up being trade bait, but he also may end up making the roster as a depth corner. Then we've got Lane Holmberg, who did a really good job at free safety. And then we signed Dwight Smith, who could be his backup, could end up getting traded. We'll see. And we've got Will Barkley at strong safety. We've got Rocky Brooks kicking. And we've got Jimmy Fouch punting. So for right now, that's going to be the setup. We're going to look at some trades for some of these guys. I'm going to put basically all these receivers that aren't these top 2 on the block. Pretty much anybody who I think their spot isn't like super safe on the team right now is going to be up on the trade market. So like Eddie Jackson could potentially be traded. Jack Rowe as well. Dwight Smith. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid setup for right now. So let's see what kind of trades we've got on the trade market. Todd Wade, we don't really need him. Lyle Sinlane, we don't really need him either. Don't really need a lot of the top guys in free agency, or on the trade market, not in free agency. Dre Bly and Jabari Greer are the top 2 corners. We might look at both of them, see what kind of trade offers there are. I don't want to give a 4th round pick for Jabari Greer. Dre Bly. It's the same type of offers. They are interested in Isaac Bruce and Shane Olivea and Jay Richardson. I'm debating if I want to give Jay Richardson in this trade or not. No one's interested in him right now, so we'll keep that in our back pocket for the moment. Justin Durant could be an upgrade at left outside linebacker, so let's look at him. they're kind of in the same boat. Are there any of my players that they like? We'll give them Jericho Cotchery for sure, actually, because we don't really need him. He's making a lot more money than Justin Durant is, so I'm fine with him heading to Jacksonville. That helps with that receiver rotation. So now we've got Justin Durant. So now we can definitely trade Steven Nicholas, because we've got a better backup left outside linebacker at the moment. I'm just looking. We don't really need Daryl Jackson. Kevin Boss could be a option at tight end. So we'll see if they want any of our guys. Again, no one's interested in him at the moment, so we'll just kind of let that be an option that we go to potentially. Dwayne Brown, we don't really need all that much. These linemen, we can always find good linemen that get cut if we can't find a better backup later in free agency. So yeah, so I'm gonna say for right now we're just gonna go through, let some of the top guys get signed, see who goes on the trade block. I'm also intrigued to see if any of the I've actually kind of tested out this offseason a couple times to kind of see. I've been kind of practicing with this new setup, and there have been a couple times where a top player demands a trade, and then they may end up getting cut. So that is something that I'm looking out for. It doesn't appear that it's going to happen at the moment. But yeah, this free agency class is actually really solid from what I can tell. It looks like there's a lot of really good guys that got picked up. There's some trade offers. I'm actually going to look at the trade offers for Isaac Bruce, because he was kind of brought in to help us get some extra draft picks. Yeah, we'll take that 3rd round pick from the Jets for sure, unless we can get a better thing. We're not going to get that high. If we could get actually, I'm fine with that. We'll get a 3rd round pick from the Jets. Does Brandon Stokely have any? Yeah, he has some trade interest. The Jets want to give me a 6th round pick. I don't really want to give him up for that cheap. Kevin Curtis. The Raiders will give me a 3rd round pick for Kevin Curtis. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. So now we've got a receiving core of, we've got Bellows, Holt, Stokely, and Montgomery. I'm actually going to hang on to, for sure, Montgomery. And I think Stokely for now, too. Let's see if there's anyone else that's getting trade offers. Jay Richardson, Eddie Jackson. I don't think any of these other guys will, because they're probably making too much money. Any of those corners. So I think we should be good for right now to stick with what we've got. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to kind of let free agency go for a bit. Okay, now there should be some new guys on the trade block. See if there's anybody interesting to pick up. DeJuan Morgan. He could be a backup strong safety. Let's see what they want. 4th round pick. It's a bit high for a guy that might end up getting cut. Just wanted to kind of kick the tires on that. What did the Patriots want for Chris Johnson? They kind of want a low price. I'm fine with giving them a 6th. And a 7th. Yeah, let's do that. For sure. Okay. So now we've got another corner in the rotation, another 80 overall. Now we have a 5-man rotation at corner for sure, and we can maybe, if we draft somebody, then we can trade one of those other guys. But not a bad price for an 80 overall corner. Only a 6th and a 7th. Not bad to give up. And it makes a team that is going to be a force to contend with in the Patriots a little bit more, especially considering I saw they lost Randy Moss in free agency. So Because if we look, actually, I'm gonna show you guys FA recap. Or wait, I don't know if there's a way to show like every team. There's not, but there was a ton of like top free agents that switched teams. It was kind of crazy to see like there's a whole bunch like 90 plus guys, because usually the free agency classes get kind of wild because for some reason like top guys get cut for like no reason, especially like tight ends because this game undervalues them like crazy sometimes, especially when it comes to like contracts. Like you'll see like I think last offseason Tony Gonzalez got cut. Actually, I think he was on our team for a bit, and I traded him. Maybe I can't remember. That might have been a different, but it seems like Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, guys like that, they always just randomly end up getting cut for like no reason, and there's no reason why they. I mean, because the game deems that they are dead weight for some reason and makes their teams cut them. It makes no sense to me, but it happens. So I don't know. So yeah, we're kind of going through here, kind of looking through who all is getting signed. I'm kind of looking to make sure that we don't see any like crazy. Oh, I saw the guy. I just noticed. Let's look at If you see on the bottom, if you I noticed Calais Campbell asked for a trade. So what we may do. This is tough because I know teams will probably be interested in trading for him. Let's see. But what will usually happen is if they don't find a trade for him, they will cut him, and we can get him after the season ends. So we'll check whenever the new trade block comes up. I'm probably not gonna try to like initiate a trade for him because there's no point in giving up the assets that it would take to get him, and the only thing would be, okay, he is on the trade block. This is very interesting because what we could do is we could trade for him, get him for 2 seasons under contract at a cheap price. There's also like Charles Bentley, Ahmad Bradshaw. There's some good guys on the market. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to put everybody that I'm fine with trading on the trade block. Even guys that I'm like high, like Jake Scott, like guys that are not going to like play a major role for us this year are going to be on the trade block. And we're going to try to make this trade happen. Like Jeremy Shockey, I'm fine with trading him. Ryan Khalil, I have a better center in mind. I'm willing to trade one of these 2 guards if we have to. I'm willing to trade them. I'm willing to trade Abi Amiri. I'm definitely willing to trade Jason Taylor. Well, yeah, I'm willing to trade Jason Taylor. Or this guy. Because one of them can take over. Kelly Gregg. These guys are not safe. Heck, I don't think they're going to want these corners. Okay. And then we'll even, if they need a kicker or punter, I'm fine with trading one of these kickers or punters. All right. What we're going to try to do is we're going to do a trade for Calais Campbell. I don't care what it costs. We're going to do it. We're actually the only team that wants him. So with that in mind, we're not going to do a trade for Calais Campbell. Because if no team wants him, he'll just get cut. So there's no reason to give up assets just for an extra year of him being on the team. I didn't mean to do that. That's actually not bad offer for Jerry Evans, but there's no reason to give up assets to get a guy that we can just get for free. There's no reason to give up that much assets. Now, what I will do is, like, these are the guys that I'm, like, really okay with trading. I'll see what the trade offer would be now. Let's see who they would want. They want Jack. They actually really like Jack Rowe. I'm fine with trading Jack Rowe to them. And this high second because we're probably not going to be able to use that pick. Like, I'm fine with trading like this package, this 35th pick and Jack Rowe, because we're not going to get much better than Calais Campbell, and we're not probably going to be able to use that 35th pick. So I'm fine with doing this trade. So yeah, so Calais Campbell is on the team. He's here. He's going to be our starting right end probably, or start at left end with Jason Taylor on the right. We're going to have Jason Taylor on the trade block for the draft in case like a top pick comes up. But yeah. So let's see who else did I notice? Like Charles Bentley, he could be a decent backup center, but I don't want to pay. Well, actually, if I can get him for Eddie Jackson and a 6th-round pick, I will definitely take him as a candidate to be a backup center for essentially just a 6th-round pick, because we can always find a good corner comparable to Eddie Jackson. So we're gonna do that for sure. We could get Russ Hochstein back. I may look into that. Ahmad Bradshaw, he could be a backup running back. A lot of teams want him though. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll pass on him. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get traded. Let's see about Russ Hochstein, because we do need a left guard. Is there anybody they want? Oh yeah, they like our receivers. I don't know that I want to give up both Montgomery and Stokely, because that only lives with 2 receivers on the roster though. That's the issue. So I'm gonna let that sit for now. So okay. So with that in mind, I think we may be good, honestly. It's gonna be kind of a short video, but I don't, unless there's like any crazy trades that show up. I mean, we got what we wanted. We got Calais Campbell. We got a big time upgrade on the team. Mike Pollock is here. But other than that, I don't think there's anybody interesting enough to warrant trading for. I'm just going to look through. No good, really, running backs. Kevin Boss is still here. I'm going to look at trading for Eric Baker. I know he's a low overall, but he's a guy that I usually like to trade for. But I don't really want to give up that much for him. So, okay. Especially because we already have good defensive ends. No reason to give up that much. Trade offer for Brandon Stokely. Wow, Steve Smith demands a trade too. Wow. I've not seen that. Wow. Now, he's a guy that, again, what's his contract looking like? 3 years. We may have to get him on the team if he demands a trade, if he actually ends up on the trade block. So that's another guy that I'm actually going to put up the guys that I'm interested in trading again for the draft. Those guys are probably safe for right now. Well, Bentley, I know we just got him, but he's going to be on the trade block again because I have an idea for our center, and if we can use him in this trade, I'm fine with that. Kelly Gregg, he's making a lot of money. We don't necessarily have to have him on this team. Those guys are probably safe for right now. I'm just looking at who we can. These guys are probably safe for right now too. Dwight Smith. Yeah. And then, like I said, if they want a kicker or punter, we'll put these guys on the block. Because we can always find a comparable kicker in the draft to that guy that we have. Same with punter. That punter isn't really all that great. We can always find a good punter elsewhere. So I'm fine with that. Let's see if this Steve Smith thing happens. If he... I'm just looking. He's still on their roster. They're not interested in trading him to me right now. This might be where it shows up. He demands to be traded again. So now he might be there. No. Did he get cut? No. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Is he here? Is he cut? He's there. Okay, so we're gonna try to trade for Steve Smith. They're not interested. All right, we're gonna empty the bucket. Everybody that's not like Torrey Holt is on limits. Actually, no, because we can't really get into. It would give us a good 3. This guy is on limits. Everybody that I feel like might be replaceable is going to be here. That guy might be replaceable. These guys might be replaceable. This guy might be replaceable. This guy might be replaceable. Like, outside of like the top guys, I'm willing to empty the I'm willing to empty it to get this man on the team because we would love to have a guy like him. They still don't. Okay, they're still interested. We're gonna put everybody on the block. I'm literally gonna go, and everybody that is not on the block is gonna be on the block to make this trade happen. Like literally all our top guys. Because I really want Steve Smith on this 3-year deal, man. That would be so awesome to get him there. They're still not interested. Okay. So hopefully he gets cut. Hopefully he doesn't get traded to a different team. We're going to go ahead and get rid of some of these get these top guys off the block. I'm going to kind of leave the block really big for the draft in case, yeah, like all these guys could end up getting traded at the draft because, yeah. So, I forgot about Jake Scott. Oh, well. He got demanded to be traded again. Is he still there? He's still there. I hope he doesn't make it to the draft on the trade block. That would be interesting because technically I feel like he could end up getting... Is he still on their trade block for the draft? That would be... He is. Wow. So technically he could get traded at the draft. Like, what they could do is, like, package him and a pick. Like, what pick do they have, even? Because the Panthers are usually pretty bad. They have the 2nd and 9th pick. They got the Chiefs pick, too. Wow. So they could package, like, a big-time deal with... So I don't think they'll trade for the number 1 pick, but, like, if they got the... If they could make a deal with that 9th pick and Steve Smith to get like a top pick. We actually don't pick until number 31 because we didn't make any crazy trades this time around. We have a bunch of 2nds though, so we'll definitely be able to move down in the draft later. But hopefully we can get some good selections. Man, that's crazy that Steve Smith is on the trade block. I just want to see what kind of trade offers we have for some of our top guys. Like would they? Okay, can we? No. Okay, so they really highly value Steve Smith. I mean, I would assume that they would, because like Jari Evans, they would give me a second, but Steve Smith is not even like an option. I'm just looking at guys that I have. Second round pick for my kicker. That's the pick I gave them for Jack Rowe. Or with Jack Rowe, like technically I could just give them Jack. Like essentially that would mean I would just give them Jack Rowe and my kicker. I'm gonna do that trade actually. So kicker is gone, but we can get a new one. That's fine. Kelly Gregg, no interest. Ryan Khalil. Not trading him for that cheap. I think at this point, we're probably okay. This guy, not giving up for that cheap. I could get. There's a guy like him in literally every single draft because there's a linebacker from VMI every year, but we can have more than one, and I'm not giving him up for that cheap. I'm gonna keep him. Chris Johnson. Oh wait, I didn't mean to take him off the trade block. Get rid of him. He could be a good backup. Get rid of him. He could be a good backup as well. Okay. And then I'm gonna take these corners off too, because I don't think we're gonna get into good corners. These guys probably have to be on the roster. All right, so that is gonna be it for the video, guys. I'm gonna pause the game here. Kind of a shorter episode. Getting ready for the draft, which we will do soon. And once again, I apologize for the delay in uploads. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded, but I've been kind of getting ready for some new stuff going on. Hoping to get some more consistency. So I've been kind of upgrading my setup so I can do that more easily. Like I said, I picked up some new monitors, picked up a new mic, a new desk. So the setup is a lot better than it was. So I'm excited for the future of the channel. Thank you guys so much for all the support. So if you like this type of video, make sure you like and subscribe for more content, because we're going to keep going with this series. Planning on trying to go the full 15 years with this team. We may end up also, if you guys are interested, we may end up, if we win a Super Bowl, we may switch teams and try to rebuild a different team. Since we got this team, we already got this team to the Super Bowl, didn't win it unfortunately, but once we get this team a ring, we might switch teams and try to go to a new situation that is going to be a lot different and kind of start from scratch and try to get a few different teams rebuilt to a ring using this challenge. But once again, thank you guys so much for the support. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But for right now, it's going to be S.Gamer signing off.